Ladies and gentlemen, gonna show you. Thank you, Daisy. This is the aftermath of a splinter. This, and some of this that went straight into the side of my finger, every bit of a 1/4 inch. And these are the tools in this condition that I used to perform the removal operation. Now you might think that's a little barbaric, and maybe it is, but it went straight down towards the bone, and I didn't actually. Daisy brought the other instrument of removal. She was the one who thought of this. On the end it has a little dagger-like thing. That was the thing that pulled it out from the flesh, and it was an interesting thing. Daisy?
Yes.
Did you enjoy watching the operation?
Yeah, not so much.
You could hear it?
Yeah, I could hear the...
When we were pulling on it with this, you could hear it moving around like a little piece of lumber, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. She didn't. Did you feel any pain?
No, it's not.
You did not feel anything?
No,
you're the man. You're number one, baby. And this is Michael Fazio and Daisy May. Most people would have been more distraught about this whole thing. I think the whole operation took about 5 minutes, yeah? Yes. I should have did it, but the camera was upstairs, and we forgot the camera. So, and it was an emergency. It was quite a bit. I felt it, but my girl, she didn't feel a thing. So we saved. This is how to save money on not going to the hospital or the doctor. And in the interim, I also had to sharpen the tips and bend them down. They were bent actually opposite the way they should have been. They were bent out. I had to bend them in so that they would grab it. Now there's no more pain. The blood has stopped, which means I'm not anemic. And the hole, there's the hole. Oy vey and shalom. Well, we could do a cost of living here. These are my tools from the 1980s. Now this tool has a new OSHA approved switch. The switch is just not approved for this. Now I can't, this actually needs grease in here, but I can't take it apart because I epoxied this. So I'm going to have to drill a hole in the side here and pump grease into it with a Zerk fitting, or at least a small amount of oil with a nice brand new 100-year-old Eagle oil can. Eagle oil can. My great-grandfather owned that can. And my great-grandfather owned this oil can too. Just to let you know, it's made by a company called PLEWS, PLEWS oil cans. Still works fine. Doesn't leak. Actually, it was in a can of oil. It tipped over, and there's a breather on the top here. That's where the oil came out. But the can itself is in good condition, and if it wasn't, I could silver solder that. This is also a 1980s 110 volt Magnum hole shooter. I have the brother of this, the Magnum hole shooter with the concrete setting, the concrete drill setting. And this is a 1980 Magnum Milwaukee hole shooter body, but it's a screw gun. And this bad boy would put a 3-inch screw into a piece of 2-inch yellow or white oak in its day. And these have a detachable cord, Canon plug cords, and these are 110 volt tools. But of course you all know about the famous Diamond Series voltage converter, which will allow that. And one more 1980s tools. One more. This is it's a 50-year edition, a limited 50-year edition. I think this is from the late 80s or early 90s, but the interesting thing about this, it has an oscillating adjuster so that it allows this, it changes the oscillation somehow. I haven't used the tool in 5 years. It was the last time I did carpentry before Obama crashed the economy and I lost my house. There was no real reason to do carpentry anymore after. Well, actually, it's 8 years now. 7. Yeah, damn. It's 8 years since Obama crashed the. It's an orbital super sawzall. I could turn this on. Turn this on. 110 volts. I'll show you. I'll show you how. That Daisy, you will. Now Daisy's coming along real well. She just had to move plywood now. She just had to clean things with a wire brush and then an emery cloth and then polish it. Now this here, even though this is an OSHA approved switch, but it's not an OSHA approved on-off mechanism, you can see it's wired, and this is a two-part epoxy. This is a 10-year-old repair. So to let you know that you can fix things, but I can't get oil back in the there. It might have a little bit of a sound. I'm going to turn this on, Daisy.
Okay.
Okay, so now in this operation here, you could always hear that gear. I always thought it was bad, so it may not need grease, but I'm going to put grease in there anyway before I start using it on any serious level. Pull that plug out for me, Daisy. This is also variable speed. The problem that I have with Milwaukee, one of the things I don't like about, they changed the configuration of the plug. This is a rectangle plug, and this is a triangle plug. So you have to buy a separate plug. Hold it solid. There you go. Okay. Now we're going to plug this in. Now on here, let's see. Now this one was just greased recently. Well, when I turn that on, push that dial slowly that way. Okay. Go ahead. All the way. No? No?
Stop for me in the middle.
Okay. Well, however that adjustment works, maybe someone wants to leave a message in the comment section. That's it's a 50-year edition. And this is Michael Fazio and
This is May in the Philippines, baby.
Oy vey and shalom from Rabbi Jew Barker in the Philippines, baby. Hat to hat. Ah. Ooh. Amping for me.